Hello and welcome to the Thoughts on Wrestling podcast. Welcome back. Dan, how are you doing?
I'm very well, how are you?
I'm absolutely bloody marvellous. I've enjoyed my day off in the sun, and now we're going to talk about wrestling. Dan, I feel like we might have missed a podcast.
Yeah, what happened here? Come on.
Well,
Explain here what happened.
Okay, so we obviously didn't do a podcast for WWE Payback. And the main reason I didn't do a podcast or pursue a podcast is because, despite the fact it was bank holiday, so we should technically have more time together, or free rather, I just couldn't be bothered because the wrestling was not a priority in my life at that time.
You made me stay up for 5 hours for nothing.
We were gonna watch it live, and then we were gonna have a couple of hours sleep, and we were gonna podcast in the morning. And did you wake up on time and or would you just sleep as well? Because I just slept straight through.
I don't think I did wake up on time, but then I was like, I'll wait. If he responds, I'll wake up. If he doesn't, then I can't be asked.
I was just because we went to WrestleMania, as previous podcasts can tell you, because we did the NXT Takeover Dallas. We were there live. We did WrestleMania. We were there live. We did the Raw Aftermania. But since then, I've barely watched wrestling. I haven't even been watching the YouTube highlights of Raw. Which probably means I'm watching wrestling less than any other point in my life right now. I watched Payback, but wasn't really inspired to do the podcast. I watched Extreme Rules. I watched it with a couple of friends. But I thought, let's do a podcast, because damn it, I want to do some wrestling bitching again. I want to complain about things, and it's going to be good. Potentially. Let's get into it. Right. Did you watch the pre-show?
Nope.
Yeah, me neither. What I can tell you, as I assume you know what happened during the pre-show.
Yes.
There was a no DQ match between Baron Corbin and Dolph Ziggler. Because if there's one thing WWE like to do, it's have the same match over and over again. And since Baron Corbin debuted at WrestleMania, how many times has he fought Dolph Ziggler? Because it's got to be... even though I'm not watching wrestling, I know it has to be at least 5+ times. If not more. Because it was...
Yeah.
It was Raw after Mania. Definitely. Payback. Extreme Rules pre-show. And then there's got to be a couple of other times. I mean, that's too many times. That's too many times, Dan. For a boring feud. Overexposure.
What happened? I don't know. I don't know more. Meh. It's Dolph Ziggler. Who gives a damn?
Yeah, to be fair, I used to be a huge fan of Ziggles, but he's been directionless for about 3 years. He's just doing absolutely nothing, and putting him in a feud with Baron Corbin, or Baron Corbin in a feud with him, it doesn't seem to be elevating either of them. It seems to be dragging Corbin down, and anyway,
that surprised me. That surprised me a bit, because he's a big lad, and we know how Vinnie Mac loves his big lads.
Maybe he's just not quite sure he wants to push him because his hairline's not the greatest. It is getting worse. You've got to admit, it's getting worse.
Oh yeah, well, I can't really complain because my hairline's getting worse, but still.
So, no disqualification match on the pre-show. Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler. The only thing that was no disqualification about it was a low blow, which the commentary team seemed to have a really big shit fit about. It's like, you can't do that. That's not right. It's like, well, of course he can. It's literally in the rules that he can hit someone in the dick. There's nothing...
I think we need to get this rule book sorted out, because some of the things that they get shitty about, and then, this rule book needs sorting out.
You know the main thing that needs sorting out in rule books? Why is, in a regular match, so, count outs, disqualifications and all that, regular rules, no low blows, Why are wrestlers allowed to go outside of the ring and throw people into the steel steps? How is that not a disqualification?
Yeah.
That sounds like a disqualification to me. But it
Wasn't there
happens.
something stupid like I think it was last year or something like that? Someone got thrown on top of the announce table and it was automatic DQ.
Yeah, it did. I can't remember which match it was, but that definitely happened. It's like, what? Also, quick point. No disqualification match and an Extreme Rules match. What's the difference, Dan? Give me 5 examples.
Nope, I got nothing.
Okay, cool. They're identical, aren't they?
Yeah, just...
Which means the opening match of the show and the main event were the same match. Alright, on to the main show. Another match we've seen about 1,000 times. Or actually, thankfully, I haven't seen it, but I know it's happened. It's the Club Bars, which are a nice chocolate bar, versus the Usos.
Or aka the Boosos.
The Boo... God. Just being affiliated with Roman Reigns has turned them heel. Like...
Yes, but at the same time, it's the same fucking act over and over again. There's nothing...
Yeah, people were bored of them, absolutely. Like, and they're just literally... smiley baby faces who jump over the ropes a few times and do super kicks. That's their gimmick. And it's really fucking dull and boring. But it's ever since they started teaming with Roman Reigns. I mean, it didn't affect them too much last time they did it, when they teamed with Ambrose as well against the Wyatts. But this time around, this year, good God, they are getting some heat. What did you think of the match?
It was alright, I guess. I mean, like I said, we've seen this about 30 bloody times, so there's nothing much different. This time, everyone was allowed in the ring at once.
Yeah, would you agree with me that they've already overexposed the club, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, too much? And that they've kind of already lost their shine? Because to me, they have.
I don't know.
They've already lost to the Usos. And this is their first pay-per-view match.
I know, but it's just... That was expected. Come on, we all knew. Like I've said to you before, Rob, I knew all the way back in January when AJ Styles, Carl Anderson, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Nakamura is still yet to be determined, but when those 3 got signed, they were done for immediately. Well, I would say done for. AJ is still being a strong character, but it's just to feed these people to their guys.
Yeah. I just feel like they're wasting potential.
Yeah, of course. If you saw their New Japan stuff, fucking hell, yeah. Exactly, they're wasted potential, but it's still, I would say it's still early doors, but it's not, it could have been done better.
They seem just like another tag team already to me. Like, they're just like, yeah, cool.
Maybe if Balor comes up, maybe there'll be some sort of kick in the arse, but that's highly doubtful.
I'm not expecting it, to be honest.
No, I'm not either.
If I'd have booked the club, first of all, I wouldn't have called them the club. I'd have called them the Yorkie Raisin and Biscuit Bars, personally. It's a much nicer chocolate bar. Although essentially the same thing, to be fair. I would have had them randomly show up, attacking anyone and everyone for about 4 months. I wouldn't have had them wrestle a match. I'd have just had them coming in, fucking shit up, helping AJ out. Maybe they'd help out Finn on NXT a couple of times. You know, who the hell are these guys working for? What's their agenda? Really, start to create some kind of what's going on feeling. And then, they can help AJ a little bit more, and then maybe have Finn come up and they turn on AJ. We can go down that route later. But instead, they've already just, gone, yeah, here they are. They've wrestled some matches. They've done so many 6-man tag team matches already. They've done so many matches with the Usos. They've wrestled on pay-per-view against them now. I'm already just going, ugh. Guys.
Yeah. Have you read about Raw yet? Or watched Raw? Anything yet? Nothing last night.
The only thing... I know some of the results, but the only bit of Raw I've actually watched is a certain somebody's return.
Oh, yeah. If you... Obviously, when you read it, it says... I haven't watched it yet. I haven't watched half of it, but, when you read it, it says AJ breaks up with the club. So
Were they in a relationship?
now,
How long were they dating
oh, oh well, they've been on and off for like the past 2-3 years.
for?
Yes.
Is their Facebook relationship? It's complicated.
Yeah, that's definitely it's complicated now. But yeah, they apparently they have broken up now. So, but I would have done that. I would have done like I would have put like AJ's not even in the ladder match, and I would have had both Anderson and Gallows cost AJ the Money in the Bank, setting the feud up.
Well, that would have.
And they haven't done that.
That would have made sense. I mean, surely they're going to interfere at some point. They're gonna feud against each other, right? I mean, you'd think. Which means people are going to expect Finn, but they don't seem to be doing anything. But then again, Finn's got to finish his NXT run, doesn't he? He's got to lose to Joe in a cage, doesn't he? Yeah. So I'm glad Anderson and Gallows won. Thank Christ. To be honest, if they hadn't won, I might have just shut the network down and gone to bed. Because
Did you watch this live?
I watched it live. I wasn't going to. Hell, I wasn't even sure I was going to watch it at all, to be honest. And then I was working in my pub, and a friend of mine came in, and he was having some drinks, and he said, "Hey, come round, we'll watch it together." And I went, "That sounds tremendous," because I haven't seen it in a while, and it was a good time.
Nice. Oh, fair enough. Yeah. No, fuck that. I can't do school nights.
Well, luckily I didn't have work
Sometimes.
till 12 the next day, so it was good.
Yeah, lucky for some hard-working people like me, I'd be up at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Wah. Moving on. Moving on
Yeah,
to Rusev versus Kalisto. You know what I noticed in this pay-per-view, by the way? And I hope you noticed it, because you know it's one of my biggest pet peeves.
What, that Lana is that gorgeous?
God, Lana is very attractive. But that's not a pet peeve. That is... No, everyone, excluding the New Day, because they cut a promo, all of the champions came out second. Did you notice?
No, actually, I didn't.
It was amazing. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. It was like they actually remembered to show some respect and have the champions come out second. Oh, I was so happy. It was great times. Because, as I've said many times on this podcast, good God, it really ruffles my Jimmy. To be honest, this match wasn't that great. It wasn't bad. It was good-ish. It was an average match. But,
Yeah.
again, much like with Anderson and Gallows, the right person won. They finally got the belt off Kalisto, and they can finally start rebuilding Rusev in time to lose to John Cena.
Oh, God's sake.
Is that a bit too negative of me to say that? Because we all know it's coming, right?
Oh, no, it's coming, but it's just when you say it that way, it's just like, oh, this company.
Can you believe that it's been a year since John Cena ruined Rusev and absolutely just crushed and...
But to be honest, must not have made that big a push for me because I forgot about that until then recently.
Well, because obviously WrestleMania 31,
Yeah.
John Cena beat Rusev, and then he lost...
Yeah.
I don't know, how many times did they fight after that? Like 2 or 3 more times?
Was it twice? Yeah.
They had 4 matches in total, wasn't it? And it was just... Rusev entered that feud with John Cena as undefeated. He'd never been pinned or submitted. He was champion. He had Lana, and he basically just looked like a total dominant boss the entire time. And then at the end of the feud, he'd lost. He'd been pinned. He'd submitted. He'd lost the title, obviously, and then he lost Lana. They literally killed him. They killed his everything. They just went, this is all of the building blocks that make you Rusev. Throw them in the bin. You're going to be teaming with Sheamus and Del Rio at the end of the year. That's crap.
How the mighty have fallen.
It is. He could have been so good. They could have... Anyway, he's US champion again. Excellent. On Raw, before Extreme Rules, Rusev put Kalisto in a brutal looking accolade. One that, would injure him, say, because it was so brutal. So obviously Kalisto what came out and did his usual flip into the ring, absolutely no selling it completely, which irked me a little bit. But I was like, yeah, whatever, cool. I mean, wrestling doesn't have any continuity anyway, so let's just keep going. And then the flipping match ends in an injury angle. What? What are you doing?
It's backwards logic.
You can't, like, if Kalisto had come out and he'd had his like abdomen like taped up, bandages, and he was kind of a little bit sore, and he walked into the ring, he just climbed through the ropes normally, how most wrestlers do, and commentary could have been going, oh my god, he's Maggle Cole, he can't do his flips. That's my JBL impression, by the way.
That might have got heat though, probably.
Yeah, but no, he does his usual shtick, and then the match ends in an injury angle, and I'm supposed to care.
Seems wrestlers are very like incredible. Yeah, have incredible healing powers.
Well, Dean Ambrose is the worst, notoriously. Like,
oh yeah,
but
fuck.
I mean, to the point where there's that legit theory that he's a clone, and it actually sounds reasonable considering the amount of like stuff he does, and then turns up the next day absolutely fine.
Yeah, I guess.
How would you rate Kalisto's 2 United States title runs that he's had?
Not the best. I've seen better.
You've seen
better,
yeah. Have you seen worse? Yeah, we've seen worse, haven't we?
There's got to be. Come on, that before John Cena got hold. Well, actually, before Rusev's first title reign, the title was. There's got to be someone worse than that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Who?
Well, Ambrose. Speaking of Ambrose, I mean, he held it for flipping ages, but he never defended it, so that could count. I mean, Kalisto defended it quite a few times, granted mostly against Del Rio. But
maybe Del Rio, I guess. He could be. His title reign wasn't the best. Beats John Cena and does fuck all after.
Yeah, to be fair, it wasn't very impressive, was it?
Nope.
Yeah, it's fallen. Oh, it's fallen so far already. What a shame.
At least when Johnny Boy comes back, it will be sorted.
Yeah, Johnny Boy, he can beat Rusev. He can bring back the Open Challenge, and he's got. Look, think of all the people who can do the Open Challenge with him. You've got Stardust, Adam Rose, Bull Dempsey. What? What do you mean all of these people have gone? And Bull Dempsey was NXT. Shut up. Are you sad then? Because you're not sad that Stardust has gone, are you?
Not really.
See, I am. Not Stardust, per se. I'm sad that Cody Rhodes has gone. He's he's another talent that I feel like they've wasted.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree with that. They did waste him, but at the same time, well, I don't know what to say. There's nothing to say.
I mean, in a way, it's kind of similar to how I feel about Dolph Ziggler. It's like, you've been around for so long and you've done so little and you've been so directionless that after a while you just stop caring.
God, I bet he regrets that contact re-sign.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, absolutely. Moving on. The New Day versus the Vaudevillains. So the Vaudevillains obviously won the tag team tournament to get a title shot. Do you reckon they're doing well on the main roster?
I don't want to say they're doing well. They're not doing as badly as I thought, but
yeah, I'd agree with that. They're not doing terribly, but they're certainly not doing amazingly.
Yeah, they're much better at NXT, obviously, because NXT is just the best. But like I said, I thought the moment they touched the main roster, it was done for. They were done for, and to a certain extent, I don't know. I mean, the crowd reaction has not been that great, but that's like most of the people these days.
Well, yeah, you kind of, you've got wrestlers, and you're like, hey, fans care about these guys, and the fans go, okay, sure, but can you tell me why I should care? And then Vince McMahon's like, no, I can't. Clearly, these guys can't get over, and you're like, oh, okay, cool, thanks.
Yeah,
that's basically how I see it.
No, that's 100% true. I mean, I always have this. I don't know what you would call it, but like when you hear an interview saying, "Oh, these people they've got to grab the bash ring, they've got to do this to do that," but if you are the ones that tell them that they can't do did you read Cody Rhodes' statement for leaving?
No, I didn't actually.
Okay, so he basically said that he had ideas for coming back as Cody Rhodes and not Stardust, but the writers wouldn't listen to him. I think one of the quotes he had saying like he'd go to one of the head writers and they would pretend to be on the computer, but the computer wasn't on.
What?
Yeah, that's supposedly, but yeah, but like I was saying, like if obviously everything goes through Vince and Vince is the last one to make a decision. If he's not going to let you do this, then how can you grab the brass ring without giving you the opportunity? This is what I don't get.
Yeah, that's nuts.
If someone can, I mean, so if someone can explain that to me, but it's just ridiculous. Like no one gets a chance. I would say.
The idea, the character of Stardust to me was always one that should have been set up with a start and an end goal. It's like you're becoming this crazy Stardust character for this reason, and then you're going to feud for a while with these people. Then you can turn heel, and you can feud with Goldust. This is all stuff that happened so far, and then eventually you need to leave the character and come back to Cody Rhodes, and then you can get pushed as that. And go Intercontinental title or something. I mean, because the Intercontinental title is his belt, really. Because, I mean, for God's sake, he's the one who introduced that design. So once he snaps out of Stardust and starts focusing and being more serious, he can go, what the hell are you guys messing around with my belt? Take that. So you've got your start, you've got your end, you've even got an end storyline suggestion there. But they seem to they got him in it and then they went, fuck it, that'll do. It should have always been set up as a year and a half, I don't know, something like that storyline of this point to that point to get to that point.
Do you think they fucking a year and a half? You'd be so lucky to even get a month out of them.
I know, but that's. I mean, you don't have to plan every step by step per Raw, but you need to say you're turning into Stardust here. At this show, you're going to turn out, and then in the middle, we'll figure out the gaps. That's fine. I don't care about that. But they got him into the Stardust character, and then when fans started going, cool, we like this character, but can we have Cody back now? They just went, fuck it, can't be asked.
I don't ever remember people liking the Stardust character.
I liked the Stardust character.
I thought it was stupid.
Stupid in a good way. It was nuts.
Nah, stupid. Nah, it just doesn't work. Anyway, what about New Day and Vaudevillains? Have we gone to Cody Rhodes somehow?
Oh yeah, sorry, I got distracted there.
Yeah, distraction finished there.
So yeah, tag team match. Xavier Woods wrestled for one. That's quite unusual. He's I don't know why he doesn't wrestle as much because he's quite a good wrestler. I mean, he's definitely the best talker out of them, so I can understand why out of the trio they'd have him on the outside talking bullshit and playing his trombone. But it was nice. It was refreshing to see him wrestle.
So who's the better trash talker, Big E or Xavier? Well, not trash talker, but who's the better on the mic?
On the microphone, Xavier Woods. On Twitter, Big E. Have you seen Big E's tweets? He fucking destroys people all the time. It's hilarious. So I went into I should mention at this point that I got every single prediction for this pay-per-view right.
I don't do predictions anymore because I always get them wrong.
So I went into this match expecting the New Day to win. They did. However, there was a very good false finish when the Vaudevillains hit the Whirling Dervish, which, by the way, is still one of the greatest maneuver names of all time. It might not be the best move ever, but it's the best named. They hit the Whirling Dervish, and I genuinely thought they were going to do a shock Vaudevillains victory. I thought it was over. They got me. They reeled me in.
But does that mean that you hated it as well because they kicked out the finisher?
No, and I'll tell you why, because this is going to come up later. I don't mind the occasional kick out of a finisher. What I mind is every finisher. Like, it sounds a little bit hypocritical, but a false finish around a kick out of a finishing move can be done well. This is an example of it. I thought the match was over. Kick out. Holy shit, it's not. Awesome. Move to the actual finish. But when you go into a match going, okay, this is the first of 85 rock bottoms I'm going to see, it's not really the same effect, you know?
No, I get you. I understand.
But yeah, they suckered me in very nicely. Yeah, it was a good match. But to be honest, nothing really to write home about. Nothing sensational. Just a solid match. Which is kind of the way I can summarise the first 3 matches on the main card. They were alright. They were enjoyable. The right people won. And nothing really like crazy, extreme, or anything happened. You know? Moving on to surely match of the night. Intercontinental Championship. What?
No, I'm joking. I kid. Of course, dude, come on.
God, you had me for a second there.
Yeah, see, false finish right there.
False. The Miz defending his title, and he came out second, or last rather. He came out last against Cesaro, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. Good lord, what a fun match this was. I love the start.
Yeah.
I love the haluva kick. Obviously, everyone's referencing the triple threat between Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and John Cena from back a couple of years back. Well, quite a few years back actually now, where it started with a super kick to Triple H. Yeah. It was awesome, just like impact out of nowhere. Like, holy shit! It does amuse me how long Kevin Owens stayed down for, considering.
Yeah, because he knows how to sell moves.
Yeah, to be fair, although you can tell he's kind of friends with Triple H backstage, because if you go back and watch the triple threat between those guys, Triple H is down for about 15 minutes from one super kick in that match.
Yeah,
it's insane. Like it properly got across the fact that the haluva kick is a hell of a kick. Does some damage. The main reason I love this match though is because it just kept flowing. It just kept on flowing over and over again, and there was no respite. It just there was action at all times. It was awesome. There was no downtime. Like people effectively tagging in and out to take turns doing their moves, and there was false finish and breakups and like people pulling people off pins, and it was just constant. I loved it.
Yeah, I think Sami Zayn and Cesaro need to wrestle every day, every event, every year.
Well, you say that, but after the 55th time, you'd be bored of it. So let's maybe not have it every show.
Nah, I don't think I could actually. Like, I could watch that. I'm not even joking. I'll probably end almost in the 3 digits of watching that Nakamura Zayn match probably from Takeover, back in beginning of April.
It is, to be fair, as a really
I've watched this so many times. I'm still not bored of it.
It is an amazing match, though. To be fair.
Yeah, so Cesaro and Zayn need to wrestle every day. Kevin Owens is just amazing.
Kevin Owens is fantastic, and The Miz is underrated.
See, I'm still not sold on The Miz. That's the problem.
I'm not asking you to put him in the ranks of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Not even. I don't know. It's just, I wasn't really a fan of his when he was the world champ as well.
Oh, to be fair, that was kind of his worst run though, as world champion. Like he.
Well, no, but at the same time, that was his best run. Like from that time where he turned on John Morrison and then did that stupid Cena feud, and then obviously won Money in the Bank with that. Around that time, people were raving about it. I was like, meh.
Yeah, no, he was good back then. He was really good, and then he became world champion and just started doing duck face the entire time, and then he got shafted to the back of the Rock Cena feud, and it was like, oh,
I know. I said like I was like I've never been a big Miz supporter. Like, and I you know just
don't let Anthony
not.
hear you say that.
Oh, he knows that. But trust me, and I'll make sure you keep knowing that because I don't care if the Miz is his boy, he is not the man.
Well, we all know who the man is, and we all know who the
yeah.
guy is.
Oh, damn right.
Yeah, honestly, this match. If you only have the opportunity to watch one match from this show, this is the match to watch.
Baron Corbin, Ziggler, watch that, and you'll be done, and you'll be,
absolutely
the greatest thing you've ever. Nah, I'm joking. Kids, yes. This 4-way is. Was it me or did I hear someone say match of the year on commentary? Or match of the night or
don't know if they said that on commentary, but it's certainly a match of the year candidate. It probably. I don't know
match of the year yet.
I don't think it would win match of the year, but it would be in a list. Like it would be in a top.
Sorry, Nakamura doesn't win match of the year or anything else. Then that's just a robbery.
It would be in a. It would be in the top 20, definitely. I'm trying to think of main roster matches that have been better than it this year. And off the top of my head, I annoyingly can't, but I know there have been other matches better than this. For example, Triple H versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
Oh wow, that's a very high standard there.
Actually, I can tell you one match that was better from WrestleMania, and it was the ladder match. The ladder match was better at WrestleMania, in my opinion.
Yeah, maybe.
And I'll tell you why. It's for that just awful looking suplex that Zayn does to Owens towards the end of the match onto the ladder.
See, exactly. Kevin Owens, seller of the decade.
He doesn't move. Like, I'm surprised he turned up again on Raw the next day. He was selling for that long. And like...
Yeah, but what does it? He limps to the ring. It's like you took a suplex on your neck and you're limping to the ring. I know, obviously, you probably that does happen, but like you need to at least like hold your back of your neck or something like that.
Well, you mentioned this. It's just made me think. So you remember the what was it? Was it a last man standing match at the Royal Rumble between Ambrose and Owens?
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, I know where you're going with this.
Owens came out limping when he entered the Rumble, like proper limping, like took ages to get to the ring, and then Dean came out next looking absolutely fine. Dean, what are you doing, mate? You've just been in a last man standing match.
Dean Ambrose, no sell of the year.
Fuck, he's John Cena. He's the John Cena of selling. Although John Cena is the John Cena of selling, obviously, but Dean.
Maybe I think everyone needs to go to CCW then, because that must be it. Why he doesn't sell anything? He's been inflicted too much pain to him.
Why? Yeah, awesome match. Watch it. It's good. It was an enjoyable match. The Miz stole the victory, as I predicted he would. Apparently, people really thought Cesaro was going to win. But much like my opinion with when Sami Zayn next wins a title, it will probably be the Intercontinental at some point down the line. Sorry, I burped there. I think storyline-wise, it would be better to happen in a one-on-one match. Like, overcoming the bad guy to have that moment. In a Fatal 4-Way, you kind of take away the shine of the potential story. Personally, what do you think?
Yes, I guess, but I'm just knowing this company, they won't. I don't know. They're basically Sami Zayn's not winning anything ever. Yeah, I'm putting it out there right now. He's not winning anything ever. He's not winning the world title. He's not winning any title. He's going to go out his whole career without winning a main roster title.
Flipping heck. That's quite some comment there.
And if he does, then I will say, okay, I was wrong, I apologise, but yeah, Sami Zayn's not winning any title ever now. Jesus.
I don't even know what to say.
And that's horrible. I don't want that, because Sami Zayn, I like Sami Zayn, but the way this company is,
yeah, dear, dear, oh dear. It's quite the depressing future you've painted me there. I'm not sure I want to live in a world.
Well, you just hear we'll have Kevin Owens' future, but we're not going to go there.
No, don't ruin Kevin Owens for me. I'm still a believer. Also, I'm a believer. Justin Bieber, God, what man.
Do you believe that? Do you believe that though, Rob?
I'm also a believer. However, I do not believe that because I don't listen to the guy.
You better start bowing down to the guy because he's here to stay.
Bow down to the guy. No.
Well, we can't. Well, Mohead not around anymore, so you can't really get that redubbed.
Yeah, it could just be Triple H's version, and then Roman Reigns doing a really like the guy over and over again.
Bow down to the guy. Ooh.
Ooh. What did you think of Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho in an Asylum match?
It was fucking too long.
It was fucking atrocious, mate. 26 minutes and 21 seconds. And I'd say 22 minutes of that was garbage. Just awful. I was so bored during this match.
See, everyone raves about Chris Jericho, and like, the past year, he's just fucking awful. He needs to get out of there.
Chris Jericho was the best part of this match, because at least he tried to like do something. He was just.
The only thing I like Chris Jericho when he went to the door and asked him to open it. I like it when he calls people stupid idiots like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But
that's all. That was him. That was him in the match. He was like shouting at the ref, calling him a stupid idiot. He was shouting at Dean Ambrose, calling him a stupid idiot. He was looking scared. He was trying to escape. Michael Cole obviously saying, "There's no escaping an Asylum match," when Jericho's like almost out of the fucking cage. I'm like, what are you talking about?
I don't know. Dean Ambrose's stock's gone quite a lot down.
If Dean Ambrose had been against, I don't know, Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews, for example, it would have been. No, because what I'm saying is, it'd have been even worse. Because Apollo Crews doesn't have a character. At least Chris Jericho has a character, and he tried desperately to show that character off. Granted, it didn't work at all, and the match was fucking garbage, and it sucked. But at least the only thing in the match was Chris Jericho saying stupid things, because fucking Ambrose wasn't doing shit.
Well, like I said just a second ago, do you think his stock's gone down now because people? I was listening to Meltzer today, and he thinks like that build to WrestleMania really fucked up his momentum. But to be honest, he's been like that for the past 2 years. So
Ambrose's stock has definitely fallen. From a man who fans wanted desperately to see beat Seth Rollins to take the championship away. And the fan support's still there, but he's just, I don't know, he's gone too fucking kooky and I'm slightly nuts, instead of the match against Lesnar. I think Lesnar winning was the right choice at WrestleMania, but they didn't do anything to make Ambrose look good enough. It was it was almost a cakewalk for Lesnar. It was nothing like Roman Reigns last year, kicking out, getting back up and stuff, and looking tough.
Of course, you gotta make Roman look strong.
Well, absolutely.
Come on, this is the agenda, people. Come on.
So he didn't suffer. He suffered from that, and then since then, I mean, this match was. You know what I'm realizing? I don't think I like Dean Ambrose in gimmick matches, because most gimmick matches. Most of the gimmick matches I've seen him in haven't been that good. This one, the Street Fighter WrestleMania. I didn't think the Hell in a Cell between him and Seth Rollins was that great. I mean, the ending was shit. Remember when Bray Wyatt came in?
Oh God, you fuck me.
The ending for... I mean, some of these are booking decisions, granted. The ladder match between Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, where they both grabbed the title and fell down at the same time. That
Now, what was it? Was it TLC where the TV exploded at him?
Yeah, I mean these are all booking decisions that really fucked him over. Granted, but even in the matches, like I'm just not a big fan of him. Like, okay, I'm gonna go back to Owens versus Ambrose at the Rumble in the Last Man Standing match, where he didn't get his selling right at all. Like the referee's on 9, he's laid flat out on his back, and then suddenly he'd be jumped up to his feet and absolutely fine. And it's just like, what? I don't know. There's something about Ambrose that I'm not loving it at the moment. And I used to be a big fan of Ambrose. I mean, his stock's probably fallen in WWE's eyes because of their own stupid booking, and he's fallen in my eyes because of his wrestling style. Also, he does that stupid fucking through the ropes wacky clothesline too much.
One of your hated moves of all time.
It's definitely in the top 5 of most hated moves of all time. He couldn't do it, however, in the Asylum match. I don't know if you noticed, but he did a variation of it where he kind of just jumped into the top rope with his bum and then came down and did a clothesline instead. Yeah, but this match, the Asylum match, never again, WWE. Never again. It was literally just them walking from weapon to weapon. They'd hit somebody a few times, then they'd walk to the next weapon.
And the fucking plant didn't even get used. And
Mitch 2.0 didn't even get used.
Ridiculous.
It did, however, end in genuinely the most extreme moment from Extreme Rules. We saw the return of Thumbtacks. And they're nasty. They are nasty.
Chris Jericho trying to think he's cool by going through Thumbtacks to get the internet's approval.
To be fair play to him. He doesn't need to do that.
No, he doesn't.
I honestly thought they were going to blue ball us. I thought, like, Dean would get them out. He put them very carefully in that corner, so the rest of the ring was empty. And then they teased it a few times, and I thought they weren't going to do it at all. And then, obviously Jericho goes to the code breaker, gets reversed, slams on his back, it goes all in his arm. Oh, that's nasty. I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want that at all. But here's the thing. Guess who wrestled on Monday Night Raw? Chris fucking Jericho wrestled on Monday Night Raw. Like...
Yeah, but did you see his bandages?
I did see his bandages, but for fuck's sake, have a night off, mate. You lost a Extreme Rules Asylum match where you got literally thrown into Thumbtacks. You don't have to wrestle on the next show. Especially when you're only wrestling Apollo fucking Crews. It's just...
Then why... And again, why did he win that?
To be fair, if Apollo Crews had beaten him, I'd have been like, why the fuck did Apollo Crews beat Chris Jericho? That's nuts.
I don't know, Rising Star, maybe? They're trying to get some people over. That's because they desperately need it.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what they don't need. They don't need bland babyface McGee getting a push to the top. What they need is somebody with character.
I don't give a damn who it is anymore now. I just want someone new. I don't want these part-timers, apart from Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar can get...
You cannot call Chris Jericho a part-timer. He's wrestled on every show since he came back.
Okay, so when he goes away, is that not considered a part-timer?
No, because he's not under contract. He's left. I know what you're saying, but in my opinion, part-timer is used to describe Brock Lesnar because he literally turns up and does like 4 matches a year and gets paid a shit ton. Chris Jericho, who comes back and does runs at a time.
Yeah, but I think this has been the longest he's been around for the past 2 years, maybe.
Yeah, to be fair, I am very surprised he's still around. And he might be around for a bit longer because apparently there's no Fozzy tours planned yet.
Has he given up on that? Maybe, I don't know.
Don't think so. They seem to be doing okay as a band, but I mean I don't like them, but that's not really the point, is it?
Not bad live. I saw them a few years ago. Not bad. But
I've seen them live.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but yeah, they're all right, but they're not great. I don't like
Oh,
their new
yeah, of course
albums. They're a bit, yeah,
Yeah.
to be fair. So, the Asylum match. Do you want to see another Asylum match ever in WWE?
I'll give it another shot, but it just puts someone I want in there that I want to care about.
You would give
Or
that
do
match another shot? God,
Yes.
I wouldn't.
Yes.
I'd rather just see a cage match with the door locked. That was the only good bit about the match, in my opinion. The match stipulation, I'll say, is I really don't like the door being openable. Is that a word? Openable? I don't like the door being opened during cage matches. It's like, I don't know. There's something about it. It just kind of ruins the illusion almost. And they spend the entire time trying to get to the door instead of climbing out and stuff. I don't know. Personal choice, I suppose. Right. Let's talk about the Women's Championship match. By now, I think it's fair to say that the crowd were quite dead, having sat through a half an hour boredom slog. So, did the women's match do enough to build them back up, get the fans back involved?
No.
No, I would agree. Was this match worse than their match at Payback? I'll ask you an easier question. Have either of the matches on Extreme Rules or Payback been anywhere near as good as the match they had at Roadblock?
No.
Yeah,
But
no.
but all three of them failed to compare to the one they had at Takeover last year
That is absolutely true.
or the year before.
It was,
whenever
it was a
it was. I
few
can't
years
remember.
back now. But yeah, no, absolutely
Yeah.
right. The match they had on NXT was amazing, and they just can't seem to hit the heights. And one of the main reasons they can't seem to hit the heights is because they just... they've always have to have some screwy finish. Why can't there just be a clean heel win once in a while? Because Charlotte is a good wrestler. We know this. Why can't she just like, hey, Ric Flair's banned from ringside. She wins it clean. Holy shit, she can do it herself. Her stock rises. That can be then used later down the line in a month or so, a couple of months, when, you know, they eventually break up Ric Flair and her. Say, I can do this on my own, I don't need you, Dad. And that can be done as either a face or a heel, it doesn't matter.
Well, you say that, but that already happened, my friend.
Did it?
Yep, Raw next night.
No!
Ric Flair gets the boot.
No way!
And he cries on TV as always.
No way! Man, that's amazing. I might actually watch Raw now.
Yes. I haven't seen it yet, but I've read about it saying, like, you know, oh, Rick, you were never there for me when I was a kid, blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh,
Well, that came out of fucking nowhere, didn't it? Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, like, the story I was just saying I wanted had, like, layers of depth building into it over a couple of month period. That seems to have come out of fucking nowhere.
Depth, this company, depth, yeah, please. Yeah,
I know I'm
whatever.
consistently foolish for asking for it, Dan, but I still want it. I want reasoning.
Well, what you want, you will never get.
You don't like what you like.
Exactly.
I'm legit amazed that happened on Raw, because I thought they were just sticking with this forever.
Nah.
So-
well, I knew this was going to end at some point, but yeah, that's
Not having watched Raw, Charlotte is heel, or is she face in that exchange?
well, she's got to be a heel. Because people at the end of the day, they still
She
love
did
Ric
make
Flair,
Ric Flair
so-
cry, which is a heel thing to do.
Yeah.
See, my initial thing was, okay, so they're obviously going to have Emma feuding with Charlotte, but if Charlotte's heel, Emma's going to stay heel. So that's not
Or-
going to work.
Oh,
So why
I would
did
love to
Emma
know-
help Charlotte? Unless...
Well, I would love to know what the plan was before Emma went down with a back injury.
Oh, I kept saying
for
Emma
this
just
match.
then.
How
I
they-
meant Dana Brooke, by the way.
Dana. Okay.
Why did
But
Dana
yeah,
Brooke
so,
help
like,
Charlotte last night? Or the night before? Or is she just replacing Ric Flair as the person who's...
I think Yeah, I think they were playing because Emma's injured now, so they need Dana Brooke to do something. So instead of doing it by herself, they're gonna put her with fucking Charlotte.
So Dana Brooke is literally just becoming Ric Flair. So they're going to cheat.
Yeah.
That seems weird. I'm not sure how I'm happy about that. I'm gonna
I
have to watch Raw to get the vibe from it.
Oh, this women's division now is starting to get a bit annoying because they just keep teaming people up for. I mean, the Emma Dana Brooke one that was fine with me because they'd done it in NXT.
Yeah.
But now they're just teaming up with the fucking women's champion. It's like, shouldn't you be going after her for that? You want to be a women's champion?
You're the total diva. You're blah blah, whatever your nickname is. Yeah, that's weird. I tell you what, though, in fairness to the women's division, they are booking them like men now because they keep giving them shit finishes to every single goddamn match. So equality, you know, sometimes you don't want it, women. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, Bailey, you're so fucked when you get there.
Bailey is doomed.
She's so screwed.
Yeah. So all in all, I'm amazed that happened on Raw. To be honest, I'm not disappointed that I haven't watched Raw. But moving on. Did you have anything to say about the actual wrestling in that match itself?
Not ready.
Yeah,
no,
just not as good as their previous encounters. Another screwy finish. That's kind of the. Where is Sasha Banks? Is she injured or what?
Oh yeah, have you not heard this? Oh, you not heard this one yet?
No.
So Sasha Banks, I don't know if it was a few weeks ago at a house show. I think she was lying on the floor. I don't know. I can't remember what the exact thing was, but apparently one of the referees kneed her in the head. She got a concussion.
What? What do you mean? One of the referees kneed her in the head?
Yeah, I don't know. The position was out. Referee went bam, kneed her straight in the head. She's concussed. She's out for a bit.
Was it Little Nate? Now that he's turned heel.
No, I think it's that black one. I'm not being trying to be racist here, but
the
Justin King. Like
Black Ref, who always does the Divas matches. I know you're talking about. We should probably find out his name so we don't just refer to him as.
I think it's like Justin King. I think that's what his name is.
That's a fake name, surely.
Probably, I don't know. But yeah, she got kneed in the head and she's injured at the moment, so another injury gone down.
What the hell? That's. Also, because we didn't do a payback podcast, can we just briefly talk about why the hell did they turn Charles Robinson heel? They already have a heel referee.
Scott Armstrong, isn't
it? Yeah. Why not have Charles Robinson or any other referee, it doesn't really matter, go down in the match? Scott Armstrong can be paid off by Ric Flair to come down and do the dirty.
No, to be honest, I didn't have a problem with that part because they have history in WCW.
Yeah, that's so long ago.
I know, but like that's that part I understand. Obviously, you know, it didn't go anywhere, but still, I that part I don't have an issue with.
Yeah, but that's the thing, because it didn't go anywhere, and it was literally just Charles Robinson turned heel for basically one night. They could have kept Charles Robinson as Charles Robinson, or you know, have another referee do the match. Have what was his name? Jimmy King? Is that what you called him? The ref we were just discussing. Justin King.
Justin King. Yeah.
Is Jimmy Kim the name of the wrestler in that WCW movie?
Yes. Have you ever watched?
I have watched it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good. I think we should review that at some point. Cause...
Amazing. And yeah, they could have had Scott Armstrong because Scott Armstrong could come back for one night only and be the evil ref and then disappear again.
No, he's Triple H's bitch, so you can't.
Yeah, but Ric Flair's got but who's Ric Flair friends with? Triple H. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I know, but
it's
a shame they don't do intergender wrestling anymore because they get little Nate's wrestle again like they did on Nitro '99 against.
Yeah, and he comes out in his robe and he's got the biggest fake tan on in the world. And it's, oh my lord. Oh my lord. Never again. I'm glad they didn't go down that angle. Right. It's time. Are you ready for your main event? Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles. I'm going to let you take the lead on this one because I'm going to just phrase it with, no matter how good a Roman Reigns match is, I can't stand Roman Reigns, so it's still a bad match. because I am that biased against him.
As I said to you the other night, you're gonna have to accept this. A lot of you have to accept this. I have now, and you know what? It doesn't matter anymore. Just he is your new God and Savior. No, I'm joking. No, not the God and Savior, but he is the man. Like, remember,
No,
Rob, he's not a bad guy.
He's not the man.
He's not a good
He's
guy.
not the man.
He is the guy. So accept it. Like, okay, yeah, okay. So obviously, Roman Reigns wins as we all predicted, and it literally is a good match because of AJ Styles, obviously, because you know AJ Styles can get a good match at anyone out of a fucking broomstick as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I thought it was better than their payback match.
It pretty much had the same finish though, didn't it, as the payback match? It was kind of payback 2.0.
Yeah, but still, I thought this one was a lot better.
I thought Roman Reigns had a lot more offense in this one. Like last time, it was very much AJ on top, and this time AJ got put through. But every big move got done to AJ. It felt like. To AJ it felt like.
I was like, Roman Reigns did a really good You see that power bomb? He had the crucifix and then like threw and then power bombed him.
That should be
his new
finisher. If he can do that to the majority of guys, that should be his finisher. Because that was awesome. That was really good.
That was pretty good.
However, you know what really wasn't good? His fucking tongue out, let's get the beers thing when he was doing the pin. Prick. I cannot stand him.
He's not a bad guy, bro.
He is a bad guy. He wrestled as a heel in that match.
He's not a bad guy.
And he's like the first. If WWE had him as a heel, he would be the first heel that I've genuinely hated since. I don't know. It'd be back in my childhood. Because I cannot stand Roman Reigns. He's such a smug prick. Oh, yeah. Can he stand him? It was a good match. I can admit that it was a good match. It was a well put together match. However, it suffers from main event. Everybody kicks out of finishers too often, or more specifically in this match, Roman Reigns kicks out of finishers too often, including, but not limited to, 2 Styles clashes, one on a chair.
Mm-hmm.
He then gets hit with a chair a gazillion times as well. And then spears AJ and wins 1, 2, 3.
See, I wish I need my phone. I would have had the Superman theme right there.
Oh, I can sing the Superman theme for you if you want. I know it.
There you go.
All right. It's because John Cena's Superman and he's the new John Cena.
Yeah.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Did you get the joke?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
So is this going to be like Batman vs Superman when Cena and Reigns finally face?
I'd hope it would be more like Captain America: Civil War, to be honest, because that was actually a good film. But
yeah.
But yeah, that's going to be an interesting one because they're both. Actually, no. John Cena will be the face in that match, or at least the crowd, because they'll both be face in WWE's eyes, but the crowd will cheer John Cena in that match.
No, they're both getting booed. As I've kept saying, they're both getting booed.
I genuinely think the hatred for Roman Reigns will replace the hatred for John Cena. I think John Cena's...
I bet you, like, a few minutes in that match, you're going to get a chance saying, you both suck. And it's going to be fucking hilarious, because you're going to see the reaction from both of them, because you know how Roman Reigns, like, takes his reactions these days.
That's probably true, to be fair. But I think when John Cena won, he'd still get cheered over Roman Reigns. But if Roman Reigns won, he'd get booed. That's my prediction. Yeah, we'll come back to this once they start feuding. Come next WrestleMania. Oh no, next WrestleMania will be Cena versus Taker, won't it? So, because I still don't believe he's retired.
He better not be.
Don't believe he's retired at all. Anyway, back to the match itself, because that was another lovely tangent we had. The club get involved again, but it's fine because it's an Extreme Rules match. So, any commentary team complaining about that watch your beef, shut up. And then the Usos come back out and get booed for a second time. It was a good match. It was payback again. No.
Yeah, but this time AJ took a horrific back body drop for a table.
The height he got on that table to hit that table. Lord Almighty, he almost did a full rotation and landed on his stomach.
Yeah.
If he'd have pulled that off, actually, that would have been literally the best table spot I've ever seen.
Yeah, but I like the ending of the fact that AJ just went fucking mental on the chair. I mean, obviously, Roman Reigns gets to hit the chair like 50 times and still finds the courage to spear him. But I did like that part. It made AJ a very strong person to come out of the match.
Yeah.
And the fact that the Usos got beat up was even better.
The Usos getting beat up. Oh, that was the club double team Roman Reigns as well as the chair shots and 2 Styles clashes, one on a chair, and he still kicks out.
It's the guy, Rob. He's the guy.
He certainly is the guy. Oh, I don't know. I'm just Roman Reigns. I can't abide him, unfortunately. I'd say
I'll just learn to accept him these days now. It's just there's no point of you're not going to stop it.
Roman Reigns is the reason I stopped watching Raw.
If the crowd can't change their minds, nothing else will.
Yeah, that's why since WrestleMania, since Raw after Mania, obviously we were there. I've watched 3 wrestling shows. One was when we saw it in London, Payback, and then Extreme Rules. And I've read up, I've kept checked in just about, I'm like, what's going on? I can't be able to read into the details, but that is literally it. I haven't watched the highlights on YouTube, haven't been on the WWE website. Basically, everything I know is from What Culture at the moment.
I think you should start watching some independent wrestling, Rob. That might help your love for wrestling. Well, actually, I don't know, because a lot of them are mostly promotions that will do finishes for kickouts a lot.
That's honestly exactly what I was about to say. Like,
so I was going to suggest Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, but you're going to hate that so much, but I love it.
Yeah, I can't stand the kick out thing. It drives me nuts. Oh dear. Anyway, so AJ loses, as we knew he would. I don't know why I got annoyed by it at the time. I remember being in Ross's living room, going, for fuck's sake, getting all riled up again, going, God damn it! It honestly, the whole Roman Reigns is John Cena 2.0 is a joke, kind of, but it's also very real, because that's how I used to end pay-per-views when Cena was champion, like when he was during his just endless title runs. So you'd watch a show, it would be a pretty good show, there'd be a few ups and downs, like the mid-card would be good, there'd be something going on, and then you'd get to the main event and it would just be like, ugh, lol, Cena wins. And now it's lol, Reigns wins. Or rather, lol, Reigns kicks out. There I was, crying my eyes out, bitching and moaning, because, Roman Reigns won and poor old AJ Styles. And then Roman Reigns got pedigreed by Seth Rollins. I was so happy all of a sudden.
I was, and then I watched Raw, the first part of Raw.
All right.
And then I was horrid.
We'll come to that in a second. What's your opinion on him still using the pedigree as a finisher? Because personally, I don't care. I think it's fine.
Yeah. I can't think of anything else you can use.
I'd prefer him to still use the curb stomp, but I do understand why they don't use it. But pedigree's fine. Hopefully, in his time off, he's learned how to do one properly, because some of them were a little bit dodgy. But yeah, I think it's fine doing the pedigree, right?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
And it kind of makes sense for it to be passed down from him, like Triple H was his, mentor and whatnot. He's the protege. So I'm happy with that. And that is the Extreme Rules review. Let's quickly dabble on Raw, though. Specifically the Seth Rollins bit. Because that's really the only bit I've seen. So, as we learnt from the Charlotte talk earlier, I haven't caught up on wrestling yet. Let it rip, Dan. What did you think about Seth Rollins?
So here's the thing. So we all knew once he was injured, he was going to come back and be I want to say one of the biggest baby faces, but he would be up there as the fans would love him to death, and it would be such a great comeback.
Mm-hmm.
And it was. So he came back at Extreme Rules. Everyone loved him. Okay, and there's a logical reason. He would never lost the title, so he's going after the guy who has the title right now. That's a very good reason. But then the fact that you made him turn heel straight away, that didn't need to happen. And his excuse was, well, I don't know if it was an excuse, but he's saying, oh yeah, the fans, you call me the worst champion all the time, blah blah blah. No one gives a fuck about that anymore. That's in the past. Don't look. This is what should have been done. He should have come back, not even said anything. Just said, look, you have something that I had and never lost, and now I want it back. It's the most. They had the booking given to them, handed to them on a silver platter, and they just fucking brushed it down to the ground.
Yeah,
I see. I don't like okay, the heel side. Yeah, it's low. I understand that, but that's your fault. You had several heels that you could use and elevated, and all you've done is fed to Roman Reigns. You've had opportunity after opportunity, and you fucked it up. This one, behind Roman Reigns, he could have been one of the biggest babyfaces of all time, and I feel now.
Sorry, behind Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins could have been one of the biggest babyfaces of all time.
Well, yeah, because at the end of the day, Rob, Roman Reigns is a babyface to Vince McMahon.
Yeah, but he's not to the fans, so he can't be of all time.
Vince McMahon doesn't care about the fans. We all know that.
You don't like what you... Okay, I'm going to tell you why you're wrong. I have no problem with him coming back heel, to be honest. I think it suits his character to a T to come back and still be the same smug little bugger that he always was. I really enjoyed the fact that he just came out and went, no, screw you guys. You booed me. I'm in it for me. I genuinely thought it was quite cool. Yes, the reason they've done it is because they don't want to turn Roman Reigns officially heel, because that's how they'd have to do it. Maybe they'll have a double turn down the line. I very much doubt it.
No, there's no way in hell.
But I did enjoy the fact that he came back and turned heel immediately. However, you know what it does mean. It means Roman Reigns is winning.
Yeah,
which does fuck me off big time.
And what they should have done. He does have the claim that he never lost the title, but they could have delayed that a few months. They could have, obviously. I mean, it looks like they might just do Triple H Rollins at SummerSlam, and I'm fine with that. And that's what they should have done.
Yeah.
And then after that, they could, maybe do Rollins and AJ or something like that, or Rollins Balor or whoever's up by then, and then just wait till Mania to do either him versus Reigns for the title, or the Shield freeway that everyone keeps mentioning. Just not right away, for fuck's sake. Not the next chance you get, because we all know what's going to happen. It's a spear and a win.
Yeah, that's the bit that really does suck. I do enjoy Seth Rollins as a heel a lot.
No, but it's just... the fans are still going to cheer him, so what was the point? It's not going to work. They thought, oh yeah, Rollins, let's turn it back, because we're going to still keep going this Roman Reigns. We know we can get the fans to change their minds. We've done it before. No, it's not going to happen.
That point you just made there is actually very, very good. It's brilliant, actually. The reason they shouldn't have turned Seth Rollins heel, despite how much I love him and how good he is at it, is because if he's facing Roman Reigns, he's going to get cheered. So why have a situation like WrestleMania again, where the good guy is getting booed and the bad guy is getting cheered? Why set that up? That doesn't actually make any sense, really, does it? So they should have kept him face, have the natural crowd's momentum, the crowd favour, go with him, You can turn him heel again next year if you want to, or you can have the Shield reform next year if you want to. That's fine. You are completely correct. Having him turn heel just so he can get cheered still, because Lord knows if I was at Money in the Bank or any other pay per view where they were wrestling, or any Raw or SmackDown for that matter, I would absolutely cheer Seth Rollins over Roman Reigns. No doubt about it.
I don't know anymore. Like, they had it so perfect. They had the perfect booking right there in their hands, and they've just fucking threw it to the ground and just said, "Fuck you guys. You know, you don't matter. We don't. You know, you want this. We're not going to give it to you." I just, Rollins had his time as a heel. It was great, but I think now he could excel as a good babyface. Maybe turn AJ Styles heel. There's so many people that could turn heel, but like I said, they just book him to shit. So that's why I don't know. It's just I thought I didn't like it.
The worst bit to me about this thing is like there's two points. You turn him heel, fine. I'm cool with that in a way. I'm not cool with it the other way. I've just explained that. Roman Reigns comes out to the ring. Why does Seth Rollins immediately have to get out of the ring? Can we not? He doesn't have to be the exact same character. Because, like, he doesn't have to be he doesn't have to run away all the time, like, get out of the ring. Does he? You can have a heel you can have a bad guy who's still, like, confident and wants to beat people up, It's not the end of the day. It's the end of the world. Because then he gets his title match against Roman Reigns and he celebrates and he's happy. He's like, well, you're still going to have to fight him, so why are you happy fighting him in a match, but you're not happy to fight him in a ring, which is, where you're going to fight him anyway? It's just it's a bit stupid, in my opinion. They could have him brought back, as like fearless, but I'm still a bad guy. Or you could have just made the whole thing easier and had him as a face, but that's besides the point. The worst thing, though, in my opinion, is the backstage bit he did with Stephanie, where she just rejected him. And he's like, the fuck?
That's fair. I think that's where the Triple H match is going to happen. Maybe I don't know, but yeah, just I don't know if I even liked the way he come back. I would have just. They should have done what they did with Triple H. Did the bloody video packages of him rehabbing, and then and then just say maybe at this event, Seth Rollins coming back.
I did like the surprise.
I did as well. Don't be wrong, I did as well because it was good, but I don't know. I just thought maybe they could have done this so much better, and they had it in their hands, and they just said, "Fuck you, no."
If they go for the feud between Seth Rollins and Triple H, they're going to have to turn Seth Rollins face anyway, surely.
Yeah.
So if they're doing that at SummerSlam, that's not that long away.
Yeah, so that makes this point pointless.
That's stupid. The more I think about it, Dan, the more I think you're right.
Yeah.
As much as I enjoy his heel work, the time is to be face right now. It's basically, you can be heel later. No, I completely agree. Oh, dear. Dear, oh dear. Final thoughts on Extreme Rules, though.
2 matches good. The rest were okay to meh to boring.
That's that. Extreme Rules. In the bag. Money in the Bank next? Question mark. Is it? Is it Money in the Bank next?
Yeah. Oh, no. It's TakeOver next. Technically, TakeOver next.
Oh, it is TakeOver next. Excellent. Man, I'm looking forward to that one. All right, cool. Thanks for listening, everybody. If you want to know some more about my stupid opinions, you can go to thoughtsoneverything.co.uk. I have slowly started posting stuff on there again after a hiatus. Dan, do you want to talk about your website that you've got?
Yes, it's called foxversustheworld.wordpress.com. I will put a link for this podcast, but I will try after a few festivals and wrestling show I attend, I will put maybe some reviews up and all that stuff. So I will try to be more active than I have been in the past month.
Yeah, me too. I basically disappeared.
Yeah.
And so if you want to know my stuff, they're more than welcome. if you don't, cool, whatever. And we'll hopefully have you as a listener for our next podcast, which will be NXT Takeover, and then after that, Money in the Bank, I assume. If it is,
Yes.
I can't remember the pay-per-view order for this year.
Yeah.
Dear, oh dear.
Yes, it is. It is. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. Dan, pleasure as always.
I'll speak to you soon, my friend.
Yeah, and we'll see you all next time.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.